close to being complete.
Shit, man, now it's all gone. Things you own end up owning you.
2 years he walks the earth. No phone, no pool, no pets, no cigarettes. Ultimate freedom. An extremist. An aesthetic voyager whose home is the road.
Hey, listen, old man, don't psychoanalyze me, alright? Shut up, I'm taking you out to where we're going. Where are you going? I told you, we're going nowhere!
Now, after 2 rambling years comes the final and greatest adventure. The climactic battle to kill the false being within and victoriously conclude the spiritual revolution.
Being not a nice person, but like that brilliant Russian writer who spent most of his days in the old gulag as a consequence of this kind of belief system said, he was called Solzhenitsyn. He said, the line between good and evil runs not between cultures, religions or creeds, but through every human heart. So I recognise in myself the capacity for selfishness, for lustfulness, for egotism, and because I recognise these qualities in myself, I would prefer a culture that didn't celebrate, exacerbate, stimulate the most negative aspects of our species, inculcate them, reward them financially, till we get to a kind of a cultural hysteria where we're destroying the planet. So it's not like I feel like Tories are evil, I feel it is an evil system, and that system shouldn't be advanced, and if it continues to be advanced, we won't have a little planet.
But you're not willing to say the people pushing the system are evil?
Mate, I think that's a very simplistic thing to, like, you know, look, I don't want to get too cosmic about it, but we are just this sort of temporary blob of atoms, you know, endowed with consciousness for the merest moments in infinite space. The idea of evil is somewhat rote and trite, and I don't really sort of agree with stuff like that. What I'm saying is, you know, if we focus our reality on the lower aspects of ourselves, mate, I mean, like, look, you can be selfish, I can be selfish, but we don't want a culture that is selfish, that rewards selfishness, otherwise...
Which is the culture we have now.
I think so, mate. Yeah. It seems...
Yeah, Alex could have a vehicle as well, but he decided to burn all of his money. And why did you do that?
I don't need money. Makes people cautious.
Come on, Alex, gotta be a little cautious. I mean, that book of yours is cool and everything, but you can't depend entirely on leaves and berries.
I don't know if you want to depend on much more than that.
Where are your mom and dad?
Living their lives somewhere.
You look like a loved kid. Be fair.
Fair?
You know what I mean.
I'll paraphrase Thoreau here. Rather than love, than money, than faith, than fame, than fairness, give me truth.
On the planet, there are a certain number of people on the planet. We need systems that get the resources to the people while respecting the planet. Any system that's detrimental to the planet or detrimental to the people because it helps one or two bods, fuck it off. We're allowed to do that, you know. This thing that's happening now, capitalism, it's held in place by lies, police force, and military. It's not like a sort of a thing that just happened like, you know, like monkeys picking fleas off each other. It's not a natural behaviour. It's inculcated, it's indoctrinated, and it's held together with fear.
It may be indoctrinated, but people vote for it.
Well, they shouldn't. That's my point.
I know, but...
Stop it.
So
Stop voting.
That's your... And on the profit line, what do you say to people who say, what about your profits?
I remember when I was poor and I complained about shit. They said, oh, it's because you're bitter. Now I've got a few quid and I complain about shit. I'm a hypocrite. Really what they want is no one saying anything. That's what they want. If you're poor, they say you're bitter. If you're rich, they say you're a hypocrite. Because they don't give a fuck. They don't want this conversation. They don't want us talking about this. people in power, privileged positions. So like they want you to be talking about Justin Bieber, they want you to be talking about twerking. They don't want you talking about fracking, they want you talking about twerking. They want to get on with their job, shut your fucking mouths and watch this shit, you fucking morons. And I know, because I've been part of the charade. But, you know, I'm awake now.
When were you part of the charade?
Hosted fucking MTV Awards and all.
This revolution will not be on TV, my friends. This revolution will not be on your hard drive, will not be on your CCTV, will not be on MTV. This revolution is in your own reaction. Your own reaction. This revolution is a different way to be. This revolution will not use currency, will not use banking, will not use hedge funds, will not go shopping. This revolution is free. Free to air, free to earth, free to ocean, free to you, free to me. This revolution is in you. This revolution is inside us all. This revolution is in you and me and us and we. This revolution is your choice, your voice. Capital is dead in the water. It's dead in the mind. It's dead in this world of fucked up old capitalism. Long live the revolution of you. Long live the revolution of us. Long live the revolution inside us.
The world is like a ride at an amusement park, and when you choose to go on it, you think it's real, because that's how powerful our minds are. And the ride goes up and down and round and round. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly colored, and it's very loud, and it's fun for a while. Some people have been on the ride for a long time, and they begin to question, is this real, or is this just a ride? And other people have remembered, and they come back to us, and they say, hey, don't worry, don't be afraid, ever, because this is just a ride, and we kill those people. Shut him up. We have a lot invested in this ride. Shut him up. Look at my furrows of worry. Look at my big bank account and my family. Has to be real. It's just a ride. But we always kill those good guys who try and tell us that. You ever notice that? And let the demons run amok? But it doesn't matter because it's just a ride. And we can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love. The eyes of fear want you to put bigger locks on your door, buy guns, close yourself off. The eyes of love instead see all of us as one. Here's what we can do to change the world right now to a better ride. Take all that money we spend on weapons and defense each year and instead spend it feeding, clothing, and educating the poor of the world, which it would many times over, not one human being excluded, and we can explore space together, both inner and outer, forever in peace. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I have been to a lot of them things. I'm not saying that I'm talking from outside the system. I ain't floating around in some bubble of enlightenment. I ain't saying I'm different from you or better than you or nothing. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying I'm the same as you. That I'm subject to failings and flaws. I've done terrible things in my life. I'm scum. I'm a scumbag, dirty drug addict. I've done nasty, nasty things in my life. Nasty things that I'm ashamed of and I've got to live with. And pretty high up on that list is going to fucking parties by Philip Green. Yeah, I don't know what Philip fucking Green looks like, but I'll tell you what, mate, if I ever got to one of them parties again, I will ask him, because I woke up, I've been asleep, like all of us, I've been asleep. Because I've been distracted. It's nice to get a load of money. It's nice to get a load of attention. It's nice if you're a fat little kid growing up in Essex who thinks you're worthless, suddenly everyone's telling you you're great. It's going to turn your head and fill you up, puff you up. But do you know what you notice in the end? Oh, fuck, it's bullshit. I've been conned. You feel
you're on a mission?
Yeah.
Which has started recently?
Well, it was always on. Like, my mates that are here that I've known for a long while, like, they used to, like, worry about me. When we used to go protest and stuff, stop the war, whatever, they used to have to stop me because I was so excited that I used to get arrested too quickly. It wouldn't make any difference.
You were looking for a way to change your life. You could not do this on your own. All the ways you wish you could be, That's me. I look like you want to look. I fuck like you want to fuck. I am smart, capable, and most importantly, I'm free in all the ways that you are not. People do it every day. They talk to themselves. They see themselves as they'd like to be. They don't have the courage you have to just run with it. Sometimes you're still you. Other times you imagine yourself watching me. Little by little, you're just letting yourself become Tyler Durden.
Spiritual practices, as anyone that has a spiritual life of any kind will tell you, it obviously influences, it has a huge impact because it diminishes the aspect of your life that's materialistic. For me, what meditation's about is recognizing that my individualism, my fear, my desire, what I want, what I'm afraid of, those things are normally temporary and impulsive things. And like through meditation and to a degree prayer, I connect with a different narrative, a different frequency, you could say, of consciousness. I think that's incredibly valuable because then you're more likely to start valuing ideas that are not about the aggrandizement, self-aggrandization and that. Now look, I'm a human being, so I make mistakes every single day. Like straight after I said quite a nice point about sexism, I made a sexist joke. Like, we ain't perfect, so we're gonna need systems that encourage the part of us that is beautiful and dissuade the part of us that is naturally, because we're basically little monkeys, from carrying on like little monkeys. Now, spiritual practice is an integral part of that. I get an extra half beat before I lose my temper. There's a little moment before I think, oh, no, don't do that, you're gonna regret that. I get an extra half a beat before I say something like, oh, no, you'll probably clap to the BBC. I get little moments now where I realise that what I want and what I'm afraid of is nothing.
Half a beat? That's impressive.
Yeah, man, you should have seen me. I was an idiot.
What we are trying in all these discussions and talks here is to see if we cannot radically bring about a transformation of the mind. Not accept things as they are, but to understand it, to go into it, to examine it, give your heart and your mind with everything that you have to find out, a way of living differently. But that depends on you and not somebody else. Because in this there is no teacher, no pupil, there is no leader, there is no guru, there is no master, no savior. You yourself are the teacher and the pupil, you are the master, you are the guru, you are the leader. You are everything. And to understand is to transform what is.
I ain't prepared to turn up and vote like an obedient little prisoner just so like, oh, they went a little bit left, they went a little bit right, do the okey cokey. It's not good enough. We deserve better. We are creatures on a planet. We are mammals. Look at the faces of the people that we're being asked to vote for as leaders. Look at them. Look at them, feel it in your hearts. That ain't who's meant to be leading us. That ain't what David Cameron, them other mugs. It ain't meant to be them. There's been a mistake. They're meant to do the admin. They're meant to do the admin. Let them do that shit. Don't let them come up with the ideas because they're selfish. They've only known privilege. They don't know what it's like. They don't know what it's like to suffer. I'm not saying they're bad people.
No longer to be poisoned by civilization, he flees and walks alone upon the land to become lost in the wild.
Scene is not illegal. You were born free, you will live free, you will die free. You are allowed to make a scene, you're allowed to scream for joy, you're allowed to complain, you're allowed to cry, you're allowed to love people, you're allowed to hug people. And we're starting to live in a world where we're starting to feel scared. We're starting to forget just how divine and special we are as human beings. Every single one of you is the only example of you that will ever exist. And there's not a single authority on this world, especially not private security men, who can tell you how to behave in any time, any place, anywhere. You are free, you will live free, you will die free. The only chains that exist are in your mind. You can do anything you want if you put your mind to it.
Political next election, one of them is promising to get rid of the bedroom tax. Should she not vote for that party to try and get rid of the bedroom tax?
No, don't. Expect more. Expect better. Sorry. Don't let them lower your horizons. Don't let them lower your expectations. You are worth more. You are a beautiful child of God. Oh, thanks for the fucking let me off the bedroom tax. Get the fucking money of the super rich corporations, give her a proper fucking house. Until one of them parties starts offering proper options.
Russell, that's not on offer in 2015.
It will Who do you think they represent? They represent us. If we stop tolerating this shit, then it ends. And because of like you, mate, who are meant to be a proper fucking lefty, going, but if we vote Labour, could we have a couple of scraps? Fuck 'em!